Hello everyone and welcome back to Spectacle Island. Lovely palm trees. Right, so I'm here at the pub. We've had a new inn built. As you've just seen, I went diving. I went to find that gold bar that was by the residents because they were a little bit scared of that deep crevasse that was in the middle of that pond, which, to be honest, I didn't realise it was there either. So we've got a few jobs to do today. So I've sold the gold bar, so what we can do is we can head on back round here to the sawmill. So there are some pellets at the sawmill that need selling. Ooh, tight corner. So I apologise that it's been a while since I've been on here, but I really wasn't well last week, so I'm trying to do a little bit of catch up just now. So the first part of this video I'm trying to get done before before I get to work. But yeah, so thanks for sticking around if you're watching this just now. We need to harvest field 1 today as well, and there is some weed killing that is due to be done on field 7, I believe. Ooh. Hello to you too. So we've had a new addition to the sawmill since the last time we were up here. We've had a beam winder production. So the normal sawmill will produce beams. It only produces 1,500 litres at a time. Whoops. And so the input for this is I've got 6,000 beams in there, and I've got 2% output. So I think it winds up 12 at a time. Just makes it a lot easier to sell. There you go. I think maybe 3 of those will come. Doesn't look, I've only just placed it not so long ago, so it looks like it's not actually taken very long to sort out. So there's a couple of little timping jobs we need to do here at the sawmill. We've been asked to fill up the sawmill with some wood. Looks like someone's kindly already left this with us. Now, since the last episode as well, I think when we tried to sell those bales, so there's a couple of things. One, I said I was going to save some for the sheep, which I actually didn't do, so that was my mistake. However, that grass field is ready to cut again anyway. And also, selling the bales as well. So I reached out to Jim because I couldn't really work out why it would be there. It would be unusual for it to be there and not to work. So I reached out to him, and yeah, he said that it worked when he tried it. So I mean, there's no reason for me to disbelieve that. So it was obviously going to be something to do with what I was doing. So yeah, when I was on the barge and I was going to sell the wood, oops, what is happening to all this wood? I was basically pressing the wrong command. All this wood wants to behave. As soon as I start recording, it doesn't want to behave. It's typical, isn't it? Yeah, I was pressing the wrong command, so I thought that because it was like the sawmill point, I was pressing my L3 button, but it wasn't actually L3 that I should have been pressing. It was actually the B button on my controller. I think this wood is a lost cause here. This is highly annoying. Oh, there we go. It was behaving all up until I decided to press the record button earlier. So yeah, I felt a little bit silly after that. How much have we got in now? 91,000 of wood. We've also got 21,000 of wood chips as well. That's pretty good going. That'll be enough to keep it going for a while, so we'll just fill it up with one more load of wood. And this harvester seems to be heading back on into the forest this way, so you know, we can leave the residents who are employed here to crack on with that. And this is really tricky. I've always found this quite tricky. A good run-up is always good, though. But yeah, I still only get 3. Okay, let's try a different approach. If that stays, I will be amazed. We'll just we'll just take it nice and easy. All the way down to the trigger. There we go. We'll just do that one last load, and hopefully that'll take us up to near on 100,000. Okay, doesn't want that last bit for some reason. Yeah, 103,000. There we go. Just make that grab safe before we switch it off. So there's some pellets here that we can pop into the sell point using the little bobcat. I think the price is quite good for these pallets just now. Let's have a look, it's at the end. I think, no, it's this one here. So 730, which is pretty decent, because each one I think is 2,000 litres, is it? I can't rightly remember. But we can sell a few of these just to top up the balance. Yeah, so 2,000. And it's just here. So I did that episode where I spent ages loading up that the Phoenix flatbed. And it turns out the sell point was just here all along. Which is typical, isn't it? So that's emptying. There we go. 1,400 for one pallet. That's pretty decent. So the bank balance went down a little bit because we invested in this wood beam winder as well. So we've got shares in that, which I think it will certainly benefit us. We can sell and get rid of a load more beams all at one go. The price for beams just now isn't very good, so we'll keep them just as it's ticking along. And once we're done with this today, then we can head on down and we have a harvest to do on our field. I thought I could be sneaky and do 2 at a time. It almost didn't make it. I mean, it might not. It's creeping. It's creeping forward. Fall into the trigger. There we go. Yes. Wonderful. Okay, so we're near on 400,000 again, which is pretty good. So that can just keep ticking away. So we'll head on back into the class. And we have some harvesting to do today. It's only 11 AM, so that can be done pretty quickly. Close that down. There we go. So what I'll do is I'll meet you back at the yard. And we'll hop on into the harvester and get that sorted. Okay, so I'm down at field 1. I have brought the Arion over with the trailer and we have some wheat to harvest. So let's hop in the harvester and turn her on. Now, after we finish today, this field will need ploughing and liming as well. I'm still undecided whether to pick the straw up or not, so I'm just going to leave the straw down. But yeah, next time we can make an effort to plough and lime this field, because I think this is the 3rd harvest that we've done on this field. I usually do play with the lime and the ploughing requirement on. I know a lot of people don't do the lime requirement, but I mean, we have we have the cheap silo at the top, and we have free lime actually on the map as well, so there's no reason why we can't do the liming. We have a spreader. So what I'll do is I will just time-lapse the harvest mostly, and see you back towards the end. Alright, so we're coming up to the last strip just now. That harvest didn't take as long as I thought it was going to take, and we've not had a bad yield. I mean, it's probably not the best. We're probably just shy of 30,000 litres, but I would have expected maybe a little bit more for wheat off this size of field, but it's all just food for the chickens anyway. So we'll get the trailer filled up and we'll pop it into the silo. I'm not sure if we have, I think we've got wheat in storage anyway, so we might even be able to sell some, so let's have a look. I have 49,000 litres. That's quite a good price for the boat unloading. Potentially we can sell some grain through that as well, but really, I mean, it holds 180,000 litres, so what I might do is I could even buy another field, and if we get enough wheat we can take it by boat. That'll be worth it. And we can perhaps do a small section and just keep that for the chickens. Because they don't really need much, and they are breeding quite quickly. So we started with 50 and we now have 96. And they're taking it, by the looks of it, just over 5,000 litres of food at a time. Okay, that didn't take very long, so we'll pop the harvester away. Now, field 7, that I said I wanted to weed kill, which is the canola field that we did a few episodes ago. It's ready to harvest, so I can't kill those weeds anymore. I've brought the sprayer back up to the yard, and we're just gonna have to deal with that, I suppose. So we can't do that today. Ooh. Yeah, so we can't do that today, but what we can do is our wool pallets are completely full, and we've now got some extra wool pallets as well, so I can pop those onto the back of the trailer and take those down to the spinnery is the last thing we do today. So another 12,000 litres of wheat, which will take us over what we have in our silo to maybe about 61,000 litres, which again is more than we need, but I think that's a good idea to maybe hoard a load of wheat from a couple of harvests and then do one big sell at the end in the boat. It seems to be the best price, but it makes sense though that it would be the best price because it is the most awkward to get done. If I drop this into our silo just here, what we'd have to do is we'd have to maybe use the trailer for the semi and fill up the silo down at the boat unloading, because it will need to be transferred. So what I'll do is our wool pallets are just there, and you see they're kind of overflowing, so we'll take this trailer back to the storage place that we have at the yard, and we'll swap it for the flatbed, and I'm hoping that they'll all get on. Marry myself up with the actual entrance. There we go. Driving will never improve, I don't think. I don't think my driving will ever improve. So as for this series, I think going forward, I was having a little think whilst I was harvesting. I think 10 episodes is good, because I already did 12 time-lapse ones before, which is a lot of hours. I mean, how many hours have I put into this? 44 hours so far, sort of straight. Now, let's do a little bit of cheaty on this, and we'll pick these up and pop them onto the back. I don't know what the price is for wool just now, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter because they need to be sold. Is that on? Yeah, that's quite on. We'll leave that one that isn't full there because I can always fill it up with the empty pallets that are reusable when I get back. So these ones I would be able to pick up anyway, with or without super strength. The problem is that they're quite wide, so I'll have to maybe stack these on top of one another to fit everything on. I think I've got 4. I went for 4 in the end, but I think I might need to get that Missy B one, the one that holds up to 64,000 litres, because that's a very good mod, especially when you're doing Let's Plays like this and you don't have to constantly think about taking pallets to the sell point, because that can become a little bit tedious. Especially when you're trying to do a storyline or something like that. It's just one of those things that you can just forget about, and it will just fill up and you can sell it all at once and just watch the money come in, especially when the wool is over £2,000 per 1,000 litres, because that I would consider that to be a good price. I don't even know what the price is for wool just now. Let's have a look. Wool. Well, it's going down, so it's just under 2,000 litres, but I still think that's a good price, considering that we didn't actually plan this. I mean, it could go up even higher than that, but we're not desperate for money, I would have said. So we'll leave that little one there that's not full, and we'll head on down to the spinnery. But yeah, I think 10 episodes, which means that there's another 3 to come after this, and then we can finish. I'm pretty confident that I can get everything that I set out to achieve in 3 more episodes. That would be nice. And then I can move on to another Let's Play on another map that I'm want to play before the new game comes out in November. It only gives me, you know, about, probably by the time I finish this, about 8 weeks, 9 weeks to play the new map. But my idea is that I've been doing this tutorial series for the auto drive. I think just 2 Let's Plays is enough. I think more than that, people get disappointed because I can't record and put videos out every day. This has taken almost 3 days to produce because I just don't have the time, basically. So it just saves people getting disappointed in the future. So I think just 2 Let's Plays will stick with that. I think Oak Hill and Ravensburg are not coming to the end just yet, so we'll see how they go before I move on. I've not really sort of sat down and had to think about what I actually want to do, and I just need to scour the map. And there's new mods coming out every day as well. That's another thing, is there's just when you think that you've exhausted everything, and then a new mod comes out and you think, oh, I could use that for this, or I could do that, or I could showcase this, and then it just continues to carry on, which is good. It's not a bad thing. Right, so here's the trigger. Hopefully they just go off the back of the... They don't want to go off the back. Okay. That's alright. Ooh! Oh, okay, never mind. That's okay, because I was going to take them off by hand anyway. Right. There we go. So this will definitely see us over 400,000 once we've got rid of all of this. Now this won't disappear like the other ones will, so let's put that back on there. So don't forget there's 2,225 litres in each one of those reusable wool pallets as well. That will disappear because that's an in-game one. That's only 1,000. So I thought the wool... Oh, boat unloading station. Oh, okay. Well, the spinner is offering a way lesser price. Okay, that's fine. I didn't even check. I just thought there was one place to sell the wool. Sorry if you were just screaming at the computer screen or your phone or whatever you're watching this on, because I just didn't even think that there may have been more than one sell point. Ah well, it's okay. The sheep are constantly producing this anyway. It's not like it's limited. And like I said, we're not sort of in dire, desperate need for money right now. So let's get rid of the last one. So at least we're quite comfortably back over 400,000. I know we haven't done a propane or diesel run, but do you know what? We haven't needed to. I may do one just to top myself up before the end of the series, which I think will be a good idea. But you know, we haven't needed to because we've not been absolutely desperate for money just now. So let's get this out of the way. Right, so I'll leave that episode here because there's a couple of things I've got in my mind that I want to do going forward. So I don't have the time today. But anyway, I think that's good for today. So if you've enjoyed yourself, please remember to give the video a thumbs up. And I'll catch you on the next one. Cheerio.